Greef Energy Pctc Series Wind Controller Setting Guide.
First, we click the monitor icon to enter our monitoring interface. You can see that there are 4 icons and the corresponding basic information. Click on each of the 4 icons to view the corresponding current data. Here you can see the current DC voltage, current, speed and wind speed of the generator. Here is the relevant information of the power grid, the voltage and current of each phase and the power grid frequency. This interface displays the current status indicator of the controller and the internal temperature. The first 4 indicators indicate whether the unloading is turned on. When the indicator turns green, it means that the controller is in the braking state, automatic. If the emergency stop button is manually turned on, the brake button next to it will turn green. When you want to release the manual brake state, you can release the emergency stop button, and then press the reset button to release the brake immediately. This interface displays the current grid voltage, grid current, grid power, power generation and other related information. When everything is normal and grid-connected power generation starts, this will turn on. Next, enter the login interface. You need to enter the password before entering the parameter modification. The login process is here. Click Manual and you can see the brake button. Instructions for using the button are here. Next is the parameter setting. First, let's take a look at the generator parameter setting. The first option is the generator series. The parameters in this position are filled in according to your generator series. The next 4 options are used to generate the curve. These 2 parameters correspond to the first power point of the generated curve, and the last 2 parameters correspond to the highest point of the curve. After the modification, come to the curve selection. You can see that there are 3 curves here. The basic and standard curves are automatically generated according to our previous settings. Click to generate the corresponding curve. For the first custom curve, you need to come here to customize it. After modifying it, return to the curve selection and click Custom to use it. The following are some other parameters. It is not recommended to change these parameters. If you want to change them, please contact us. Here are the sensor settings. These parameters do not need to be changed. This is what our engineers use to debug the device. Network setup. Here is another video specifically to guide you on how to connect your device to the network. This interface is to limit the maximum speed and maximum voltage of the generator. Once the set value is exceeded, the dump will work to break the generator. Here is the information of inverter power, communication address, grid standard, etc. Regarding the speed setting, you need to fill in your local time zone in time zone. Next is the time setting. For example, if you need to run at a speed below 50% from 22 to 5 o'clock the next morning, fill in 2200 hours and 5 o'clock here, and set the speed to 50%. Similarly, if you need to run at a speed below 50% between 11 o'clock and 1300 hours, you can modify the parameters here. In the historical data, you can see voltage, current, power, speed and wind speed information. Regarding the alarm information, since this controller is not connected to the inverter, it will display communication failure. The red PWM running information is because we just turned on the brake button, so the PWM is running, and there will be a record here.